Welcome back, everybody, to Oxygen Not Included, our um, Lord of the Rings version. We'll have to separate which ones of these are what. Uh-oh, we're trapping ourselves down here. Let's not do that. Um, so in this series here, different from our other one, we are on Earthilios. And on Earthilios, the goal is to have a base contained in this square, and then have work bases outside in the world. And so that's what we're working on. We're just slowly expanding, getting things done, taking care of stuff as we go. Now, of course, that means that we need to, get systems in place, food, all of that good stuff. And so that's one of our options that we're going to have to look at here in a moment is start growing food. Now, we don't want to grow food inside of this. Well, I'm thinking temporarily we're gonna grow a little bit of food right here in the base, just to get us going until we can build our farm area, which we'll plan out here in a moment. But temporarily, let's do that. Let's go ahead and put these here so that they can build that farm area, and therefore we won't run out of food. Right now we're good on oxygen, except, we've got some pollution going on, things like that, so we need to select research. Now, we've already researched our top two. Our next one is to get this airflow tile, so we're going to go for that next. There we go. Research is done, and we're going to go research. Excellent. And here soon we should have some skills that we can upgrade our guys with as well. Meanwhile, that'll also give us the doors to seal our base. And we can hook up oxygen. Right now we're not desperate for oxygen, we're fine. This will slowly help keep up. We'll have to move it down though, simply because, like, put one down here, and eventually one on the other side, simply because, otherwise this is all going to fill up, all the carbon's going to come down here. And we'll need to move this water out of the base too, but that's not a priority. We're not going to dig all of the base out for right now. There's no reason to. However, we will go ahead. Oh, this guy's a loud snore. I forgot about that. That's going to keep everybody else awake. So we need to create a separate bed for you. See how that radius area, and it's keeping him awake? So this is Goldilocks. All right, so Goldilocks, we need to assign you a new bed somewhere away from the others. I forgot that she's a snorer. So we're gonna put our snoring room over here. If we ever get another snorer, we'll add it, but otherwise we'll kind of separate them. I'm gonna go ahead and prioritize this so that we can move Goldilocks over there and everybody will get a good night's sleep. We don't want, people to be irritated already and create stress because snoring problems, right? Alright, so this is going to be Goldilocks there. That solves that problem. Taken care of. Simple as that, right? Alright, compost we don't have to worry about yet. Food, we will want to create a cooking area at some point. But we're going to hold off for now until we have power. We don't need it. We can create a mess hall. So we're going to put a mess hall up here. So we're going to do first mess hall on this side. Let's do that. So this is a sleeping level. This is a mess hall and recreation level. So on and so forth. So let's go ahead and just dig this out so you guys can walk across there. And that'll get us a place to eat. We want to seal it, so we'll want a door somewhere around here. So I'm thinking our first mess hall is going to be a small one. We're just going to put a door right there. We put some decoration, make it a great place. And then we can put a great big one here because there are different types. There is a mess hall, which is smaller. So you just have mess tables and decorations and stuff, and then you have a great hall. So I'm thinking we'll do this one the great hall, and this one the mess hall. Why not? Let's have both. We don't have to, but let's have both. Alright, good. We got all our bathrooms up and running. We're going to deconstruct this one. We are going to prioritize these to a 7. So the last thing you want to do is have all your bathrooms, your outhouses, until you have the advanced toilets, fill up and plug up, and then nobody can go to the bathroom and they make a mess everywhere. Meanwhile, we can plant our mealwoods over here. Let's copy settings. And there, that should keep these guys going quite well. And we've got our first research complete, which gives us this stuff. We don't need it yet, but we need the next one, which they're working on right now. Excellent, we're making great progress. We should probably put this at a 7 as well. And then we're going to tag these at a 7. 7 is going to be things we have to do always. 6 will be the things that we should do. 5 is everything else, and hopefully we will never have to use an 8 and a 9. Those will be for emergencies. Guaranteed. We're going to use them. Alright, excellent. Well, that means we can do a little bit more exploring. Now, we can't do a lot just because they don't have the ability to dig out other types of stone and stuff, but, like, we can come over here and we can dig that. We can also, not uproot, auto-harvest these things. So that whenever they're ready, they'll just come over here and grab that food source until we dig them up in the future. That's a smart thing to do. We should do that here as well. Any of them that are going to grow just fine. Eventually they'll get up into this area. Cool, so that just gives us extra food right away. We're eating it. And of course they dug out and walked over here so we can see a little bit more of our exploration. Okay, no vents. Hopefully we can find some vents here soon. Yeah, we're gonna have to do more exploration to find it. Alright, so let me see if we can dig those down so that we can continue our ladder. And then we need to dig this here to keep this ladder going as well. Snoring problem solved. She can snore all she wants over here. Not gonna hurt anybody, right? So that's good. We definitely don't want to create issues for our other dupes by accidentally, you know, making them not able to get a good night's sleep. Alright, what are we going to accomplish today? So, I think what we'll do is... Oh yeah, that's what we need to do. Let me confirm it because I didn't look at it up. Well, I can't talk. Can't remember her name. Let's confirm. I thought it was Goldie something good. Let's just confirm. Let me see. Oh, it's Goldberry. That's right. Alright, where are you? We gotta rename you. Very good. You know, I love Lord of the Rings, but I won't say that I'm an expert on all the characters' names and stuff. I know a number of them, but not all of them. Alright, there. Goldberry. Much better. Hey, we got skills. Alright. Well, Goldberry can have a skill. Digging. Excellent. That'll give us into new territory. And Sam, of course, loves digging, so we don't need art yet. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And Sam is also our cook. I forgot about that. In fact, we're going to give Sam the grilling hat so we know that Sam is always our automated cook. For now, anyways, at least. Mary still needs to upgrade. Okay, cool. That opens up new possibilities. So what we're going to do, since we can't dig, is we're going to create some areas to dig. So, for example, let's come this way. We'll get all this copper. We'll get clear over here. Is this what I think it is? No, it's just water. Darn it. I was hoping it was maybe the other type of liquid. The blue liquid that's used for fuel. Mary, in the meantime, can have strength. I already clicked on it. Darn it. I was going to give improved digging just because I want everybody to be able to dig, but we'll fix that. Alright, so we've got our doors and we've got our vents. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our vents in. We're going to put one here throughout. So we'll go ahead and stick those in. That means we'll have to cancel that, that, that. And then we're going to do one down the middle. We'll do it right here in this row. Perfect. And we are going to create some oxygen areas down below, so we'll fix those too. They're outside of the base, but they are going to be areas where we're going to create an oxygen recycling farm, basically. So let's go ahead and stick these in. That way we know where all of our vents are. I don't think we need one there. Okay, cool. And then let's get a new research item. And so what we're going to research now is we're going to come up, and I think it would be good to get our first power system. We've got coal on the map. Might as well. We don't want to use a whole lot of it, but because it creates pollution, and we'll have to create a place outside of our main area for power. Alright, we can get a new dude. So, ranching. He's an ugly crier. Does not like floral scent. That's tough. That one's a hard one. I would love to have him. Increased construction and athletics. We're going to go for Liam just because the allergies will become a problem, in that we'll have to be creating allergy medicine all the time, and we don't have the ability to do that yet. So we're going to go with Liam here, and we're going to rename Liam to, oops, not Bibley, Bilbo. Welcome to the colony. We got a bunch of hobbits in this one. I wonder how many hobbits Goldberry's kind of a hobbit name, right? We'll have to look up hobbit names. All right, welcome to the colony. Let's get you your first skill. Congratulations, it's going to be digging. Probably not what you expected, but that's all right. Maybe we should have named them after orcs. They all like to dig, and they're living underground in an asteroid, right? All right, oxygen is going to start becoming a problem. So we're going to take some power here, and we're just going to hook up our first oxygen diffuser with a temporary power line. And we put it on a 6 so that they'll go ahead and build it and prioritize. This should take care of our oxygen issues for now, and keep oxygen in all the primary areas of the base. It's a small base, so 2 of these going later on a sensor will be perfect. And we'll get a recycling system in for them. Alright, so meanwhile, they're going to continue digging out the rest of this and just kind of finishing or collecting stuff. But we can actually dig. We can't go through this yet, so useless to go there. But we can go down now in some other areas. So let's come right here, and we're going to go straight down to there. So that gives a new dig area and more exploration for us. Up, they can dig a couple of these items into this, and they can go further, but I'm trying to keep in mind the limit to their carrying capacity. So we're going to have a actually what we're going to do is we're going to cancel that one. There's going to be a insulation barrier here, but then a walkway that'll go clear across the top of the base to the other ladder, and we can create a new route for them to travel. We're gonna go up right here, in fact. It's gonna release a bunch of chlorine, but that's not an issue. There's no vent right here that we can see, so it'll just release chlorine. And it'll probably stay up here for the most. Well, chlorine's a little heavier than oxygen, so it'll slowly flow down, you know, down. So let's get our doors into the base built. That'll probably be important. Eventually. And just so that we have stuff to do, we're just going to do that. We're not going to dig down here yet, but we are going to go ahead and dig that out. Cool. And we're going, oh, look at here. We got a power source already down here. Excellent, excellent. That's good, because we can, since we're doing this a little bit differently than I normally do, that means we can create separate power centers. So we can build a power station down here, a power room, and then run our cable. And this is also good in this space because along this line here, we can run a power conduit, the type they don't like, the heavy watt wires, and then create the transformers that just lead power into the base. And we can, as we find other power sources, we can do the same thing. Instead of trying to have everything in one area. I think this will be good. I'm excited for this strategy of a base. I've never actually tried it before. I've had small bases, but I've never done small, or bases where the only thing in the primary base is just living, basically. And then your work areas are outside the base. And in the future, once we have the plastic, we could have, as an example, our station down here with a tube transport that goes to it. So they come from their living area to the tube transport. They, you know, use the machines to get maximum power output or do a repair, and then go back. But they don't have to travel in between. Or in the future, we could even put a bed, a mess table, and a bathroom all here, and we could just lock a dupe in there and have a shipping, we don't have it right now, but we have a shipping system that transfers food to him automatically, or supplies as he needs it. Starvation, who's starving? We got plenty of food. We're not starving, not yet anyways. Alright. So, we were going to put those on 7s, right? Yeah, insufficient water? Oh, because we sealed up our... Well, we weren't thinking there. We sealed our water up so that they can't get to it. Now they can get to the water and recycle everything. Let's clean that up so they're not walking through the water. You know, what do we mean we don't have water? Now there's plenty of water. But yeah, we need to get oxygen. See, look at this oxygen going. So we just need to get these vents, you know, going as well, so that we can start getting the polluted. We've got a lot of pollution, nowhere for it to go. Oh my goodness, we're having problems already. Not really. Sort of. So I'm thinking temporarily, let's do that so that they can dig out. Let's also harvest this. It's food. We won't complain about free food. So we'll just come harvest it. Cool. Yeah, this oxygen's slowly going to push all of this down. So that's why I want to dig this out and force it out of the base. And then we'll have our recycling system down here. Meanwhile, what do we got? We got a gas valve, we got a liquid pump, we got our bigger batteries, which we don't need yet. Eventually. Research. We are researching power systems, that's right. I have to think. Alright. So we are on track. So this will be one of our first power systems. We will have to prioritize building up towards this. So instead of using coal, we can just go straight to this type of power. That would be good. Yeah, that'll be really good. Meanwhile, we'll get this dug out. It is a 6. Alright, cool. So we'll get this taken care of. So that way all the carbon will flow out of the bathroom and out of the base, and this will keep the base nice and clean so that stress in the future, when stress potentially becomes a problem, will be controlled. You know, they won't need to be stressed because this will be a great area. So our first build area, well, let's figure out our next research. We've got our basics. What we want to do is we want to get into our new power, which means we need this. So that's our next option for research, is to get these things so that we can have our supercomputer. Cool. We'll do that. Perfect. Okay, we got one more piece to dig out here, and then this will be taken care of for the carbon to flow straight out of the base. There we go. So you can see what's going to happen is that all this carbon will flow down here. Now, of course, right now this is completely full. Eventually they'll break into this and all this oxygen will come up and the carbon will go down. But our primary goal is, when we have the science behind it, which will come soon, is to put two of those water oxygen purifiers here and here on each side, so that we can just recycle the carbon coming out of the base all the time. We also need a place to store polluted water now, since we've created a place for it to be polluted. Now, normally we would store it in a tank of water. We really don't have a tank of water yet. So where can we put in a tank of water? All right, well, let's plan out our oxygen systems. We're going to have an oxygen recycling system here. So what we can do is, we don't need to be on 6. Let's switch these to a 5. This is going to be our oxygen recycling system. So it's 3 plus 2. That'll work. All right. And then what we can do is we can come up like that. So that means from the vent we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, wrong spot. I'm off. I just realized that. Because we're going to have a work ladder that'll come down here. I like things to be symmetrical. I don't know why. They don't have to be. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it goes. Up. Ladder. Ladder. Ladder and ladder. So what this means is that we can actually put... Actually, we need to cancel that top layer, because there's going to be a heat barrier here. But what this means is that down here, we can go ahead and put a tank of fresh water down below the base. That way it's not too far. We can pipe into our systems that we need water. Power systems down here. Yeah, this will work really good. Cool. So we'll go ahead and just slowly work on that. That way when we're ready, we can drain this water out of the base. We'll probably want a small water tank inside the base with one of these, just so that we can grab water inside the base. For cooking or for whatever, they won't need to go anywhere. So that'll be a plan. How do we want to do that? So we just want a small little tank, so they don't have to go all the way down outside the base over here, you know, stuff like that. Because eventually, you know, we're gonna seal up this base, and we're probably gonna put to where they have to put on suits to go out or something. So, So we might want a small little tank area right here, in fact. That actually might be a good idea. It won't have to be big. You know, it'd just be like this, right? So there'd be a ladder down to here. Oh, we can do that. Because there would be, we don't have it yet, but there'd be a thing right here where we could dump water into it. And then the rest, that would be there. And that would be there. And then we just have a large work area right here or something. I think that would work. Yeah, that'll work. I like that. I'm trying to be innovative here with our base design. Meanwhile, we are out of time on this episode. Time just gets away from us. So in the next episode, we will continue our exploration and building and planning, and we shall see you then. Take care, everybody.